Ladies and gentlemen, we have returned with game number 2 in the ANZ Open Division, Phase 2. Cubby, what are we expecting for this game? And what map are we playing on, buddy?
So for this match, we're playing on Brax's Holdout. You know, everyone's favorite map and Heroes of the Storm.
Mate, Chromie map for sure.
You think we're going to see a Chromie in the draft? Really?
Chromie, Stukov, hopefully a Maiev, Warden's Cages, into Dragon's Breath, into Sandblasts, into nasty, spiky, silency pools of death from Stukov. Yes, I would love that.
Sounds like everything that I'm into and more. So which teams are we streaming today?
We have got the former RU team who are now badged Pleb to Pro Open Div team. So that's pretty exciting for our Open Division. We got the Pleb to Pro moved into Premier. Now we've picked up another Pleb to Pro team in Opens. Let's see whether or not they can replicate the Premier magic. And introducing the new roster, a new team of White Girl Wasted. Let's get crunk. No. So we got White Girl Wasted versus P2P. How good is it? Don't know whether or not that'll translate into Premier Division if they make it, but let's wait and see. So yeah, Braxis, we've got Koality's team. He's one of our favorites in the ANZ region, ladies and gents, on White Girl Wasted, along with the Lawn and the rest of the folks on the previously known as Roles Unspecified, now Pleb to Pro. So I believe we are just waiting for a final ready confirmation from both of these teams, and we'll kick straight into this draft and get this one underway as we enter Braxis Holdout.
Are you ready for this draft though, Winters?
Oh mate, Garrosh ban, Genji ban, Chromie pick, Stukov pick, and I want to see a Maiev. That's my predictions. Drop mic. I won't actually drop my mic.
Drop mic? Wow. I don't know how to follow that up, but I'd like to see a Malfurion, maybe a Hanzo. Yeah.
Malf and Hanzo, yeah. Abby on Braxis, mate. If you picked that on my Hero League game, I would flame you eternally. That being said, I don't know how to play Abathur as well as a lot of people, so that makes sense. But yeah, I think I think on this, look, it's not one of Lawn and Co.'s favorite maps, as they were just informing me in the chat. So,
is that anyone's favorite map?
Well, no. That's why it's banned eternally.
Someone might have some strange, someone has some strange fetish with this map, but you know, definitely not I.
Nope, nor I. And there's the Garrosh ban, so ding, one for me. I'll take that one. Ding, number 2. No, it's not really. It's really not all that difficult, mate. Look, it's pretty standard. It's a pretty standard opener. Garrosh is obviously the most available and best main tank at the moment. That opinion may differ between Urel when and if she's enabled and Johanna, of course. But for sheer maneuverability and out positioning your opponents, Garrosh can't be beaten hands down. Genji just doing Genji things. As we see Gen Rich now, Rich kill you. Rich kill you on anyone, but especially so on Genji. If he ever came to the ANZ Open Division, it would be interesting. Boom, there's the Chromie.
Wow, you're firing on all cylinders tonight.
Again,
still cool.
That's called number 4. It's like I've seen this before. Hey mate, I know my ANZ Open Division teams, Cubby, and I know the map. So it's all very standard stuff though. These guys have got really good AoE abilities, and the points to be taken are perfect size for that lurking arm and for your Dragon's Breath. So they're heroes that make sense, mate. Cool dance, solid pick up there though.
Time traps. You can also use the time traps to kind of control the points as well.
Absolutely. Chromie brings a lot of utility to this map. Slowing Sands, phenomenal.
Another one.
For zoning out pretty much, 2 entryways into one of those points. Cool dance, solid pickup for the wave clear there, Cub, on the side of Pleb to Pro.
Well, that's one of the things on this map that you need to be aware of, right? Just in case your team does lose the objective, you need to have the clear to be able to clear the Zerglings quickly.
Crusade calls.
Oh, wow. Solid choices here coming out from the plebs to the pros, Malf and Johanna. And echoing your sentiment there, Cub, absolutely. It's one thing that, you know, me in my lowly plat playing days, I always forget about wave clear. I'm just like, yeah, kill all the heroes, kill the bad guys, yeah, kill the towers, and then, you know, you can't because there's a bloody massive minion wave in the way and you can't kill it as a chromie. So, yep, very, very good point, especially on Braxis. You do not want a 100 to 0 Zerg wave coming down on your face when you've only got a Thrall and a Chromie and a Stukov. So, interesting stuff.
I mean, I guess that's another reason why you see P2P picking up Johanna, because she does give you that wave clear that you do need on this map. And she's quite strong against some of the stronger heroes, such as Maiev and a few others.
I'm seeing some very, very smart drafting tactics coming out of Pleb to Pro tonight. The Johanna into the Gul'dan with a Malfurion, obviously a solid healer, solid roots, Twilight Dream, or although, that being said, you know, we could see some cheeky AoE healing ultimate. What's that one called again?
And we get the
Tranquility? Maybe get some Tranquility.
Tranquility, yeah.
Maybe. But no, look, they've got the wave clear. They've got the Johanna to pull all the minions in. You got Malfurion to zone out with the roots and, you know, go talent into those expanding roots at level 4. Suddenly you've got a massive amount of zone control, just like a Chromie. So I want to see what White Girl Wasted are going to bring to the table with these next two picks.
You know what I'm really upset about, though, Winters? We're not going to see any Lightning Breath memes because Diablo's been banned by Flip to
He
Pro.
has been banned. He's been banned. Lightning Breath into Genji Reflect. I love it. It's so much damage, and it's just reflected right back into his silly big dragon breathing mouth. Her gender neutral giant red creature from Diablo, also named Diablo. Sonya Junkrat. Solid response. So, once again, strong solo laner, plenty of self-sustain there, Cubby, and Junkrat, one of my faves. Also, Coffee, best DPS in the world's fave. Great wave clear, great ability to escape with Concussion Mine, and just quietly, for those of you that don't know, that was my title for Coffee when I drafted him in the Casters Clash. I wasn't being cheeky. I really respect the Junkrat, and I definitely respect the way that Coffee plays him. Very, very difficult champion or hero to counter and to deal with. Good pickups.
Because, I mean, against Junkrat, he's very good at displacing the team members away from their tank, and the same way that Garrosh would be.
Absolutely. One concussive mine can completely change an entire team fight. If you get that placed correctly, and the rest of the enemy team doesn't realize that you've just thrown a concussion mine down in the middle of them, poof, suddenly split the entire enemy team, and then, you know, collapse in on the one person that you flick over to your side, or, unluckily for them, over your fort wall. Now, Blaze Tracer picked up. What do you think about that, Covington?
Well, Tracer Malfurion is very strong, and they did need a strong solo laner to try to deal with the Sonya. I don't think Blaze actually wins that matchup, but I think that he should still be able to sustain in lane and not get bullied out of the lane by Sonya. So I think it's a great pickup by Flip to Pro.
I concur. Blaze will not win a matchup against the Sonya unless that Sonya is playing quite horribly, and I don't believe that we'll see horrible Sonya play coming out of White Girl Wasted. But Blaze has plenty of his own self-sustain, especially when he goes straight into that bunker at level 10. Pretty much unkillable. And Stitches want to play! We're going to see some hooks. White Girl Wasted hooks! See, I would have envisaged that would go the other way, Cub, and that Pleb to Pro would have picked up Stitches to hook the White Girls Wasted. No. Who knows? Maybe that's
oh my god.
Bad Winters. Bad Winters. All right, so we have got our game kicking off, ladies and gentlemen. Pleb to Pro versus White Girl Wasted. who is going to win? Can I see some hashtag WGW win or hashtag P2P win? Cubby, what are you putting your bets on, buddy guy?
Well, I'm a big fan of Pleb to Pro. I'm gonna have to put my money on, even though the last game I've already bet wrong once, but I feel this game is gonna go to White Girl Wasted.
Oh, you think it's going to Quality and Co. Okay. I am going to have to counter your suggestion once again, my friend, and go with the P2P boys. I know just how much they've been scrimming and how many lessons they've been taking off as many Prem players and other people as they can. So I actually favor their draft a little bit more. If we miss some hooks from Diddy, if we miss some Qs and Ws from Chromie, if Junkrat gets out of position, it's all over for White Girl Wasted. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to kick into game number 2. Cubby, let's get it on. We are going to have a look at the pleb to pros, currently plebs, hopefully to be pros. We got Lurizen rocking the Tracer, Bob Goat on the Johanna, Rykors on the Gul'dan, Lorne on Malfurion dropping some grass, and Suze on the Blaze.
10 seconds.
Who's on the blue team?
5, 4, 3.
Looks like we have got
1.
White Girl Wasted repping the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, with Crazometer on the Sonya, Free Quality on the Stukov, Diddy Pawn on the Stitches, Hill on the Chromie, and Spazzo on the Junkrat. And we are underway. So nothing terribly egregious coming out in the talent selections first up here, ladies and gents. We got the old bog standard stacking quest talent of Echoed Corruption at level 1 for Gul'dan. We've got the Time Walker's Pursuit on the Chromie. Sonya holding off on the first pick, going into Fury Bow finally, so interesting pick up there. 4 stacks instantly on that Gul'dan with 1 cast of Corruption, so well played there. Bob Goat taking a bob load of damage right now, but being able to shrug it off as she does, because, that's what Johannas do. Now, looking into the top lane, and Crazometer actually taking a little bit of hit on the old HP. And I know, again, from personal first-hand experience, ladies and gentlemen, that Suze is an absolute beast in the solo lane, and I hate him. But I don't hate him, I respect him, because he's a bloody great player. Now, Johanna pops the Unstoppable. Lorne on the Malfurion gets hooked by the Stitches. Diddy Pawn now overextending slightly. No go on that Dragon's Breath from the hill, taking a little bit of damage from the Horizon himself. Liam now trying to pull up that through the bot side of the bot lane. Gets away on the Tracer with not very much health whatsoever. We get another hook onto the Gul'dan there from the Stitches. So Diddy Pawn landing some pretty critical hooks. And this is the way, ladies and gents, that Gen G actually managed to snag a pretty significant victory in the midst of the brawl, if you were paying attention. Those hooks were on point. So I love seeing a Stitches, and I love seeing a Stitches that lands hooks and really disorients the enemy, because that distance can be very deceiving. Now, looks like we've got WGW, White Girl Wasted, picking up both of those beacons, 38% channeled. But P2P are going to come into that top lane with a little bit of Tracer back up there for Suze. Obviously being bullied a little bit by the Sonya. Crazometer doing his job. Massive push down here now in the bot lane. That lurking arm denying very much forward pressure at all for P2P. Quality just sitting there, putting his dirty tentacles all over their walls. It's not a nice sight, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've got Pleb to Pro trying to come back in and put a little bit more pressure back on, but you got to wait for that Johanna. They got no front line, and Lorne, as Malfurion, certainly is not a tank. Now Tracer just trying to get a little bit of a flank on, trying to come into this back lane. No, goes in on the Stitches. Probably not the greatest idea there, Liam. Gets concussion mined, but the wrong way, so that was very lucky for him. Bob Goat, time trapped. You get a root coming down onto the Tracer, into the Dragon's Breath, and cops it. If that Sandblast had a hit, that would have been 1 dead Tracer. No time traveling for you, sweetheart. You'd be smushed. But she walks away.
And it's like we said in the draft, Sukov's just checking down the lurking arm onto the point, so that if there is any fights on there that, they're not able to use any abilities.
Bang on, Cubby. Bang on. Now that is a 100-0 Zerg wave coming out here for White Girl Wasted. Now, doesn't seem like they're very wasted to me. Seems like they're very on point.
They seem very sober, if you ask me.
Yeah. White Girl sober, am I right? No. So solid start there coming out from the blue side. Crazometer going to be putting a little bit of pressure on that top lane with that whole Zerg wave. Haven't seen the rotation come out yet though, so that's very interesting. Bottom lane, pressure coming in. Oh, there comes the jet propulsion, stunning 2 members. Quality looks like he's in tentacle trouble. He goes down. Bobgo coming in with a dirty great big conviction there, trying to take out the hill. Don't get the kill, unfortunately. No follow-up there from the rest of the team of Pro, but good pickup and good jet propulsion in.
And Lon doing a great job there, keeping his team up so that Lorizon could get in and take down Quality.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Quality overstayed just a little bit slightly there to try and get that little bit more pressure with his lurking arm, but unfortunately got tentacly troubled and deaded.
As what often happens when you're up against a Stockholm.
Well, as a regular mainstay healer that I like to go to, Stukov, can get caught out of position quite easily when you're sitting there looking at your beautiful little beaks and tentacles coming out of that ridiculous purple pool on the ground. And you just get mesmerized by it, and you're almost silencing yourself. So it's definitely easy to get caught out, just like Johanna did with that concussive mine coming out of Spazzo on the Junkrat. Beautiful timing there. And see you later, Queen of Riots in the riot gear.
And that's exactly what this team that White Girl Wastes has formed. There's a lot of displacement. There's a lot of ways to catch Klepto-Pro out of position.
Oh, hang on a sec, Cubby. There goes the Sonya with the invade from Suze onto that heavy camp. Tracer comes in with a dirty big pulse bomb and pops Sonya off. That was great. Good invade.
And now Klepto-Pro picking up the siege camp in the top right there.
Yeah, going to be taking those fire bats away. They didn't get really any pressure out of the Bruiser camp, but it was just a nice kill onto that Sonya. So Blaze was pretty much full health, and the Sonya had about, quarter of her health left, and then Tracer popped in, whoop, 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 dead, recall, and they walk away. So solid little victory there. Now Klepto-Pro rotating down to take their Bruiser camp themselves. They're going to have 4 little flying dudes to go shoot some bullets and missiles at people. Crazometer picking up his fire bats, so equal response there. And I believe, Cubby, if you leave both of those Merc camps alone, the fire bats win out purely due to their AoE spread and armor reduction.
Definitely, so it's in their favor to send someone down to deal with those. But it looks like we're just going to have both teams, one pushing on the bottom and the other pushing up top.
Yeah, Sue's doing a commendable job here in trying to keep the 4 members of White Girl Sober away. But look, the White Girls are coming with a vengeance, and they're coming to take this fort, unfortunately, for Klepto-Pro. But Klepto-Pro, in kind, respond, taking down the bottom fort on White Girl Wasted. We've got the Pulse Bomb coming off on Crazometer again. He wants a little bit more pie, but nope. Liam's going to dash away. Crazometer misses that dirty great big Spear of Vengeance. And trading out the forts. Taking the respective other side's beacons. Cubby, what are you thinking so far of the game?
I think both teams are just trying to delay until 10, so that they can get their heroics. They can have the power spike. But it looks like White Girl Wasted are about to take both beacons. No, they've said Klepto-Pro taking the top one back now.
Yep, so we're seeing both teams rotating as a 4-man with their solo laners. So Sue's just disembarking from the rest of his team. No, yeah, he's going to head bottom. Looks like they're going to go for a rotation down to this bot one at the same time as we have got White Girl Wasted rotating top. So they're just mirroring their rotations at the moment, and I think we're bang on point once again with this match, in that people don't really want to engage their fights while they're so close to 10. Now we've got Klepto-Pro picking up their 10 first. Any shot horrors coming out? Twilight Dream on the Malfurion. Bunker for the Blaze.
It looks pretty standard spread there, Pulse Bomb, and then the Bouncing Shield.
Well, Riptire comes out here. Sousa's caught in a little bit of a body meat sandwich with that stitches getting in my belly. Spazzo taking the damage from the Tracer. Now gets tossed back in. Look out here. The bunker comes down on top of the point. Rykors, absolutely no health, gets popped. Could have clicked that bunker, but didn't. Chromie uses that time loop and gets the health. Malfurion dead. That is going to be a Blaze dead as well. Bob Goat going down. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a 4-for-1 trade in favor of Coality and Co. on White Girl Wasted. This is going to be another 100-0 Zerg wave, Cobb.
And that will be the second 100-0 Zerg wave for White Girl Wasted. So, and that's going to be in the bottom lane this time. So that's going to be the second fort taken out for Flip to Pro, likely.
Yeah,
but they should be back up.
No, look out. Here we go, Cubby. We've got Tracer taking out the top beacon. So no 100-0. They got 34%. Wasn't expecting a little bit of a brazen move from Liam like that. The rest of the team could very well have been sitting in a bush there, and he wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. So P2P are going to go take this bot lane beacon now as well. They've found a sneaky Sonya hiding in the bush, but they've also got Stitches who wants to play, just lurking in the shadows.
That hook could definitely come out, and it does.
There it comes. Dragon's Breath. Oh, the bunker in time. That was incredible time. He gets put back in the concussion mine. Zeus, now he's been timed. Oh, my goodness. He just gets exploded. That was at the cost of 3 ultimates, though. Malfurion also gets popped. Lorne out of position. Oh, the hook onto the Tracer with the recall. That was very lucky. Parting gift, a handful of bombs as Liam just runs away, tail tucked between his Tracer bottom.
He's just like, ha, you can't get me. I'm away now.
That temporal loop from the Chromie really sealed the deal on top of the Blaze. Crazometer gets popped while trying to steal some firebacks. This is not going to be good for Tracer. Instantly gets blown up there between a big old slam and a Q from Chromie. There was no escape there for the Tracer.
That's kind of the unfortunate thing about Malfurion is that you can take the Chromie, you can take the temporal loop, and there's no risk of getting cleansed.
No, not until Malfurion gets that ice block, and unfortunately 13 has not hit, nor will it hit anytime soon. Flip to Pro, not after this Zerg wave, Covington. And this is a big Zerg wave, and then finally, we've got Wacko Wasted rotated down with that wave, and they are pushing hard. They want this keep, and they're going to open up this game very early on in the piece.
And let's see what happens here. Are they going to be... Is this Zerg wave going to be enough to also get them the keep?
Oh, Riptire on top of Lorne, and there comes the Sonya leaping all over Lorne's face, getting him blown up. Johanna goes down as well. This is going to be game for Covington. 14-12, 11 minutes in. This is why we do not like Praxis holdout. This is why we do not like Green Eggs and Ham. It's too quick, it's too easy, and far too snowbally. And look, that's going to be one apiece. Oh, Spazzo goes down by the Tracer. Liam, unfortunately, not going to be able to turn the tide of this battle, I'm afraid, sir. Your core is dying. Chromie doing her best to throw her little water bombs at the core and do some damage. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, could I be wrong? Could I be wrong? And could White Girl Wasted actually be very wasted and throw this? No, they take the core and it's GG.
I mean, it's ANZ, anything could happen, but I don't see the throw happening here.
Well, we're now one apiece, Covington, and your White Girl Wasted predictions came true. I believe the Pleb to Pro roster was a little bit stronger, but looks like White Girl Wasted and those hooks coming out from Jitty Porn did it for White Girl Wasted.
To me, it just seemed like White Girl Wasted were able to... They're able to use their game plan well enough, like get Klepto Pro out of position, use the temporal loop to get picks.
And that's what they did. They had a plan and they executed
They
on it,
just
mate.
executed everything perfectly,
Precisely.
the way they wanted to. And
Stitches
Klepto
was
Pro
landing
weren't
the
really
hooks.
able.
Yeah,
He wasn't landing
Well.
like no shade to Zeddy Porn, but he wasn't at first, but he picked up the important hooks at the end there.
He needed a couple of warm-up hooks. Had to get his hooking arm in order, you know.
Working order, yep.
In hooking order, and mate, that was a credible game to both sides. I think Klepto Pro had a couple of really good moments there. They turned the fight a couple of times, got a 4-1 little team fight going on, but unfortunately the guys on White Girl Wasted, or the girls on White Girl Wasted, just brought the pain. And that fight towards the end when those death timers were still quite low, the staggering deaths really sealed the deal there. Like Sue's being, really out of position towards the back half of that when, 10 seconds longer and his team could have come back and supported him and he goes down. Liam, valiant effort there taking out some of those guys again towards the end on that call, but gets popped by the Sonya. So, look, solid game. I'm impressed with that. Hopefully Pleb to Pro can do something else with the rest of the evening, but White Girl Wasted taking out game number 2 of phase 2 here on the ANZ Open Division, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, at least Pleb to Pro have that VOD to take a look at, to go back and study. But I believe, Winters, we're going to go to a 5-minute break, so everyone will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Stick around.